The summer movie season has officially begun. What's up, guys? It's all about Mike 18 here. That was a very serious intro. Guys, I have another movie review for you in this video. I will be reviewing the third film in the Iron Man franchise, the Iron Man trilogy, and the first film in the second phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the first movie to come out after the Avengers, the first Avengers movie to come out after the Avengers, and that is Iron Man 3. That's right, guys, one of the most highly anticipated films of 2013 by many has finally come in the theaters, and I am so excited that I finally got to see Iron Man 3. First off, guys, I am sorry that this review is late. I know it's very late. This movie was given early screenings in my theater Thursday night at 9, and I had to skip out on seeing the movie Thursday night at 9 because I was busy, and I couldn't even go Friday opening day because I was busy that day as well. Excuse me. So yeah, I had to wait till Saturday. I finally had free time, and I finally saw the movie today, guys, and I'm so glad I got to see it. Sorry for this late review, but most of you, some of you may know this. I don't know if you do know this, but if you don't, now you do. This is Iron Man 3 is my most highly anticipated film of 2013. You guys can disagree with me on that. That's my opinion. This is the movie I have been looking forward to ever since I heard about it. Out of all the movies coming out this year, this is the one I wanted to see the most, and I am so glad. This was a really impressive film. I really enjoyed Iron Man 3 overall, guys. This is an excellent way to kick off the summer movie season. That's all I have to say. Just like with the Avengers last year, came out around the same time. Perfect way to start off the summer movies. That's all I have to say. So, alright, guys, let's get right into the review. I just have Iron Man 3 on my mind. Ever since I've seen it, I can't get this movie off my mind. So, let's talk Iron Man 3. Now, guys, I did see it in 3D. So yes, expect me to talk about a little bit about the 3D in the end of the review. I'm just going to briefly talk about it. You know, I'll recommend whether you guys should see it or not. So be prepared for that. And yes, I will wear those glasses. So let's get right into the review, guys. Starting off, first thing I'm going to talk about is the story. Now, the Iron Man 3 is set after the events of this fine film right here, the Avengers. In the end of the Avengers, we all know that the Avengers fought the Chitauri in the New York City battle, and Iron Man, Tony Stark, took that nuke and threw it through the Chitauri portal, ended the invasion of the Chitauri, and he came falling down through the portal, and he almost died. He almost didn't make it, and ever since the end of the New York City battle between the Avengers and the Chitauri, Tony Stark has been messed up. That really hit him, and it really affected him. Because of that, he is dealing with anxiety attacks in the beginning of Iron Man 3. Whenever someone mentions New York City or Manhattan or the Avengers or even the Chitauri or the aliens, he starts to freak out. He gets these anxiety attacks, and you know he's building like 40-something Iron Man suits, and he's really into making the suits and everything. And his girlfriend Pepper Potts moves in with him in his mansion, and you know this is the worst possible time for Tony Stark. He's having these nightmares. He can't sleep at night, and of course, during this time, the ruthless terrorist leader known as the Mandarin rises up and begins several bombings throughout the world, and this really hits Tony Stark at one point in the movie. He challenges the Mandarin. He tells him, "You know what? Come meet me." He gives the Mandarin his address. He's like, "Come meet me at my house. You know, we could deal with this situation. I'll give you my address. Here it is." And as we know from the trailer, those big ass gunships are firing at Tony's mansion, his house, and that after that the attack on Stark Mansion, the Stark home. This really hits Tony Stark. I mean, this leaves him with absolutely nothing. He's forced to be at his lowest low, and he basically has nothing after this attack. So you have all this going on with Tony Stark, all because he challenged the Mandarin. And then you have Don Cheadle's character. He becomes, we all know, he was a war machine in Iron Man 2. He's become the Iron Patriot. His suit has been painted, patriotic, colors of the American flag, and We also have two new characters introduced to the movie, alongside the Mandarin. We have Aldrich Killian, who is a member of AIM, and he plays a very important part of the movie that I can't spoil. And also we have Maya Hansen, she's a botanist. She's from Tony's past, along with Aldrich Killian, and both have crucial roles in the movie that I'm not going to go into because I don't want to spoil. And that's basically the whole story, guys. Now, I tried to sum it up as best as I could. This is one of those movies where it's so easy to spoil the story. You got to be careful with what you say. So I hope I explained it well, guys. But getting back to the story, first off, with the direction, Shane Black is the director of Iron Man 3. We all know for the first two we had Jon Favreau direct those, who also plays Happy Hogan in all the Iron Man movies. And Shane Black directed this one, and you could definitely tell this was a differently directed movie. I thought Shane Black did a fantastic job, actually. I mean, there were so many different things. The humor was stronger. There was more of it. There was a lot of more action scenes. I mean, there were a lot of cool, camera shots. I mean, that was all cool with Shane Black. And there's all those differences with Jon Favreau's direction of the first two Iron Man. So Shane Black did a fantastic job, I thought. I thought he did pretty good. And then getting back to the story, guys, I thought it was well written overall. There's a plot twist that I need to talk about without spoiling towards the end. But overall, I thought the dialogue was really funny and clever and witty, and I loved it. Again, it reminded me of the humor and the wit in the Avengers. And I was really pleased to see that again in Iron Man 3. So overall, guys, really well written. Now, as for the performances, guys, this is the next thing I want to get into. For our three main characters that we saw in Iron Man 2, Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, and Don Cheadle, our three main actors, do I really have to go into how good they are? We saw how good they were in Iron Man 2. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow were in the first Iron Man. They were fantastic in this. Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Tony Stark and Iron Man, though. I mean, there is no one else on the face of this planet who could play Tony Stark, in my opinion. And I heard that he might not play Tony Stark in the Avengers 2. If he doesn't, I'm going to be really upset. They better not get someone else like they did with the Hulk. But Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic in this movie. His performance was excellent. I mean, I loved seeing the character of Tony Stark a lot more in the movie. That was a big plus for the movie. And when Tony Stark hits his lowest low in the movie, and he has no technology, no nothing, he doesn't even have his own Iron Man suit. That's his big weapon. He doesn't have it. He's hit his lowest low, and I love that point in the movie. And Robert Downey Jr. fantastic. Gwyneth Paltrow was excellent, as was Don Cheadle. Of course, they were both great as Pepper and Rhodey. And I would have loved to see more of them, though. They really could have been in the movie a little bit more. I was really a little upset with that. But anyway, new actors. That's what I want to get into. Guy Pearce plays Aldrich Killian. Like I said, I cannot reveal anything about Guy Pearce's character. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say this. Guy Pearce was fantastic in this movie. He really was. He really impressed me. Really good job, Guy Pearce. And, of course, Rebecca Hall as Maya Hansen. She was really good in the movie as well. And then, of course, really quickly, really briefly, I have to mention Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin. Now, we were all really hyping up the Mandarin because of the trailers, and how cool was the Mandarin? I'm not going to answer that question, guys. I am sorry, but I'm not going to answer it because I'll be spoiling a big part of the movie. I know it's weird, but if you guys want to know how good and how cool of a villain the Mandarin is, go watch the movie. I'm sorry, guys, but I will spoil it. You'll thank me later. Then come back and talk about the Mandarin. But that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just going to say Ben Kingsley was good in his scenes as the Mandarin. Anyway, all the performances were great. Jon Favreau, of course, in a few scenes as Happy Hogan, he was great too. So all the performances good. What else? The humor, like I said, was excellent. The action, I'll get into the action and the visuals in a little later on. That was all great. The rating of this movie, Iron Man 3 is rated PG-13, really quickly getting into the rating. I mean, it's basically, it's like the first two Iron Mans, however, there's a bit more violence in this movie. When Tony Stark, is on his own, he's got his own handmade weapons without, using much technology. He's making his weapons in one part of the movie, and he does kill a lot of people, and that is a little violent. Maybe violent for some viewers, but you know what, parents? This is the movie to take your kids to. They're not gonna give a crap about what's going on with the story. They're gonna be lost by what's going on in the movie for the it's 2 hours and 10-minute running time, however long it is, and They're going to love the action scenes in the beginning, middle, and the end. And of course, they're going to love the action scenes that are thrown all throughout the movie that show Tony Stark on his own, kicking butt. And I love those scenes that showed Tony Stark, with his handmade weapons, like I said. Those were great. I really was impressed with those. So that was all great. Anyway, guys, I think it's time to give my rating of Iron Man 3. I'm going to get right into it, guys. I'll give the things I liked about the movie, and of course talk about the things I didn't like about the movie. There's only a few things I didn't like about the movie. I'm going to give Iron Man 3, guys, an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good rating for Iron Man 3 overall. Like I said, the things I already mentioned that I liked. The story was great, well written, really funny, really clever and witty dialogue. Loved all that. Shane Black's direction was really good. Really cool camera shots in the movie. Really good cinematography. Cinematography was great. What else? The performances, like I said, Robert Downey Jr. really impressed me, of course. And we also have Guy Pearce really impressed me with his performance. And of course, Ben Kingsley was good. That's all I can say. Ben Kingsley was good. The rest of the cast, of course, great as well. Don Cheadle, Gwyneth Paltrow, Rebecca Hall, they were all great. What else should I get into? The things I liked about the movie. The humor. They really went far with the humor in this movie. There was this one scene I could not stop laughing. I'm not going to say what it is, but you know what? I'm not spoiling it. Tony Stark is fighting off these guards, and one of them just retreats, and it was the funniest thing I'd seen in the whole movie. It killed me. It really killed me because I didn't see it coming, and I loved it. Anyway, the humor was great in this movie. Really strong. It felt a bit over the top in a few scenes, and when I mean over the top, I mean it was like they were overdoing it. But overall, I enjoyed it. This is an Iron Man movie. Tony Stark's character is a very funny character. He's that type of guy that cracks all these jokes, and you have all these funny situations, and that's why I felt that there should be a lot of humor in this movie. Anyway, getting back to the things I liked, the score by Brian Tyler was really good. I loved the score, of course. Like I said, the cinematography was good. The plot twist in the middle, I liked a part of it, and another part of it I did not like. I thought it was clever, but another part of it I didn't like, which I'll get into. And, of course, the final thing I'm going to get into, basically, guys, is the movie's action and the visuals. The action is fantastic, guys. The three big action sequences that are in this movie are fantastic. You know what they are. Basically, all of them are shown in the trailers, and they were all awesome, very mind-blowing, really cool. This is the cool feeling of the summer movie action scenes that we're going to get in these big action movies coming out this summer. And Iron Man 3, the action was fantastic. The best action by far out of all the Iron Mans. Really impressed with it. As for the visuals, this movie better get nominated for Best Visuals at the Academy Awards. If not, I'm going to be really upset, because the scene that blew me away not only was the airplane sequence where they're all flying out of the airplane, but it was when Tony Stark's house is being shot at by those gunships in the trailer. Seeing that scene just blew me away with those visuals. That was so really impressively done, and I was mind blown. Really impressed me with the visuals. Really strong visuals. That's basically it, guys. Also, the ending of the movie, while there was a part of it I didn't like, it was a really good ending to the trilogy. Really fantastic ending, and really finished the trilogy off perfectly. And the end credits were fantastic. They showed scenes from all three Iron Man movies, and I loved seeing those scenes from the three Iron Man movies, and just the way they were done, loved it. And of course, the post-credit scene, really quickly, I'm not going to say what it is, was great. I loved it. I loved the post-credit scene. It was really funny. There is a post-credit scene. You should know this. This is like regular practice here, guys. I mean, you go to an Avengers movie, you know there's going to be a post-credit scene. I flipped my 3D glasses. Anyway, guys, things I did not like about Iron Man 3, really quickly. Few scenes, the humor felt like they were overdoing it, like I said, but other than that, humor was great. Minor complaint with that. Would have loved to see more Don Cheadle and Gwyneth Paltrow. Felt they could have been in the movie more, especially Don Cheadle, man. It felt like he was only in the movie in like 3 or 4 scenes, really, and the big ending scene. I really would have loved to see more of him. And, of course, my biggest complaint with the movie was, in a way, the plot twist in the middle. Yes, the plot twists in the middle I was not too huge a fan of. You see, I never read the Iron Man comics, so in a way it didn't bother me that much. But a part of the plot twist did bother me. I thought it was clever, I really did. But the thing I didn't like about it was because one of the characters that was really stressed in the trailer, I was really looking forward to seeing this character in this movie. I thought this character was going to be awesome, and I couldn't wait. And this character was extremely underused. Now, that's all I'm going to say, guys, but this character is involved in this plot twist. That's all I can say. If you want to see the plot twist, if you want to know about the plot twist, you got to go see the movie. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to say anything. But to those of you who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about when I mentioned the plot twist in the middle. I was a little upset when I found out the truth behind one of the characters in the movie, because it was a bit of a letdown because this character was underused, and that's basically why I lowered this movie's score. Other than that, I really had no other problems with the movie. A few little other minor disappointments here and there, a few little nitpicks I'm not going to even bother going into, but overall, guys, I really enjoyed Iron Man 3. Fantastic. 8.5 out of 10. Really quickly, it's time to talk about the 3D. Getting into the 3D of the movie, guys. I only went to see the movie in 3D because that's all that that was the closest showtime when I got to my theater, and I got to my theater at a certain time. I'm not going to go into it, but I just saw the movie in 3D because I had to. I wasn't going to wait for a 2D showing. I was busy. I wanted to see it. I just wanted to see it, and the 3D was a bit of a letdown in a way. I mean, it was good. It was good in the beginning, and then I felt I felt like I didn't even see it towards the middle and the end. But of course, in the middle sequence, the airplane sequence, that the 3D was great in that scene. And of course, the ending scene, the 3D was pretty good. But other than that, I felt that the 3D. I mean, if you want to go see the movie in 3D, I'm not going to recommend you see it in 3D. If you want to see it in 2D, go see it in 2D. If you want to see it in 3D, I might recommend you see it in 2D because it's nothing too spectacular. I mean, the Avengers I thought had better 3D. This was okay for the most part. If you want to see it in 3D, go right ahead. But if you want to save money, see it in 2D because really there's nothing too spectacular with the 3D. So there you have it, guys. That's basically my review of Iron Man 3. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about, guys. First big summer movie is here, and it's unfortunately over, but you know what? It'll come out on Blu-ray eventually, and I will be there opening day to pick this movie up on Blu-ray because it is definitely a must-buy for me on Blu-ray. 8.5 out of 10, guys. I salute Iron Man 3. It was a fantastic conclusion to the trilogy. This is another one of those great trilogies we have out there. You know, we have, I love the Transformers trilogy. Don't give me hate for that. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Fantastic trilogy right there. And the Iron Man trilogy is another trilogy to add on to that list. Of course, Indiana Jones as well. But the Iron Man trilogy was fantastic for the most part. I love 1 and 3. 2 was pretty good. 2 was okay. But 3, really, really good ending. I really enjoyed it overall, guys. Definitely, of course, first movie the summer movie season. Please go out and check it out. I like to put on the glasses. It makes me feel pretty cool. Check out Iron Man 3, guys. See it this weekend. Give it some money at the box office. I want to see this movie way up there. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know anything you thought about the movie down below in the comments. And let me know what you thought of that plot twist, because that was my only big problem with the movie, really. So, thanks for watching, guys. Check out Iron Man 3. Fantastic. That's all I have to say. Just absolutely mind-blowingly fantastic. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.